Hi, Happy New Year again. My name's Jolie, and we're going to be reading. Today's date is January 2nd reading, and welcome to my studio. And I'm just really grateful to be here with you. So, on my channel, I have been here consistently daily and reading and showing up for myself so that I can absolutely work on my mental health by sitting down and reading and reading something so that I could tap in and strengthen my spirit. And the reason being is, you know, just working through life on life's terms. And I found that this works. So here I am, I'm showing up. And so, what books am I going to read today? So, I just want to let you know, first and foremost, there are other readings for every date if you are so called to check those out. There's over 2,000 daily reflections here. They're all like recovery based. And I've been reading for 5 years. So they're all in the description. And towards the end of the video or within a card that pulls up here, it'll say daily recovery readings, daily readings. And then there's also like 12 steps in here. So, but if you can't find them that way, that's okay. You can find them by just going on my main page. And please like and subscribe and join if you haven't already, so that you can be notified and see that I upload a video 99.9% of the time every day. And you can put in the date or the book that's in the description, like Courage to Change, Hope for Today, One Day at a Time. Those are the books so far. And so, anyhow, without further ado, love you guys. How was your day? How is your day looking? How was yesterday for you? Are you journaling? Get a journal. Get a piece of paper and write it down. Your gratitude list. It helps. It really does. Like, I'm grateful that I can start to grow plants again. I'm grateful. Like there was a time right before recovery, I was like, I kill plants all the time. I can't. Well, when I realized why, it was because of me. I killed plants because I didn't pay attention to them, because I kept saying I kill plants and they probably heard me. No, but I don't kill you now. I love them. I have like, I propagated a bunch of Scheffeleras in the house in this area here. You can see there's one here in front of me here. They're all in water. So I get them, I wash off all the dirt, and I find these big jars and I put water in them, and they grow. And then every 6 months probably, I take them out and I make sure that they're growing okay. Like, make sure that the roots aren't mucky. Like how they get mucky. So today's tea in my favorite teacup that a wonderful artist in town made. Mm. Today it's turmeric milk. So it's turmeric powder. It's like a Harney and Sons that my one daughter we got when we were at World Market. They always have like really cool foods there, and so it was such a pretty container. And I thought, well, this will be a good tea to drink so that I can take care of myself. Hmm. All right. So without further ado, I have a few readings that I'm possibly going to read. But I'll start with one that I know I'm going to read, and it's this. Not reading the whole thing like I did yesterday. Yesterday's, I read my little pamphlet that I got from my sponsor um, 5 years ago, right? It was called Acceptance. So it was written in 1960. So some of the language I tried to shift a little bit to modernize it, like instead of genderizing some of it. But it was a good reminder, and it soaked into me. Um, what kind of readings are you looking forward to hearing? Because I will check those out one way or the other. All right, so today it's a 12-step prayer book. And I didn't realize this because I thought, well, I'll just open to the first prayer and we'll start there. But it's kind of cool because it has like this guide for daily reading up in this section here. So like it's January 2nd and they have page 9, number 13. And I thought, okay, let's see what that is. So they have every day, like tomorrow isn't page 10, it's page 49. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how they did this. Maybe it was like they pulled it out of a hat or something. I'm not sure. I probably could figure it out. Let's see. But I digress. Does it matter? Oh, it makes it fun. At least for me, it does. All right, so we're reading January 2nd's 12-step prayer. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Page 9, number 13. And it's the tolerance prayer. So have some tolerance. Have some tolerance for me. And yeah, I like this being okay with, I'm still in my discipline of reading every day, but I'm facing my fear of change. So we're changing it a little bit. All right. All right. So here we go. The tolerance prayer. Lord, give me tolerance towards those whose thoughts and ways in the program and life conflict with mine. For though I would, I cannot always know what constitutes the absolute truth. The other person may be right, while I may be all wrong, yet unaware. Lord, make my motives right, for only this can ease my conscience when I sometimes err. Lord, give me tolerance, for who am I to stand in judgment on another person's mistakes? No one. No one knows better than my inward self how many little blunders I have and can make. Life is full of stones that somehow trip us, and meaning not, we stumble now and then. Lord, give me tolerance, for only you are rightly fit to judge my fellow travelers. Sit with that a bit. I'll repeat it. Lord, give me the tolerance toward those whose thoughts and ways in the program and life conflict with mine. For though I would, I cannot always know what constitutes the absolute truth. The other person may be right, while I may be all wrong, yet unaware. Lord, make my motives right, for only this can ease my conscience when I sometimes err. Lord, give me tolerance, for who am I to stand in judgment for another person's mistakes? No one knows better than my inward self how many little blunders I have and can make. Life is full of stones that somehow trip us, and meaning not, we stumble now and then. Lord, give me tolerance, for only you are rightly fit to judge my fellow travelers. I love that. All right, so I don't even have to put a place mark in here because whenever I read this again, let me know if you like this. Let me know if you like it. And what comes up for you in that? It's deeply felt. So before I started this video, I opened the book. This book here I read a little bit yesterday, which I loved. It's called Planting Gardens and Graves, Volume 1, with the book writer is R.H. Sin, S-I-N. I like, I like it. It feels good too. It has like a really cool, like not, it's like a leathery vibe, but it feels like a matte plastic cover. It's a really rich brown color. The gardens are people, and sometimes we plant the seeds of our love in the wrong garden. So romantic. So romantic. So painful. So bittersweet. Yes, we tend to do that. I tend to do that because, like, when like growing up in a situation like that, in a like with a little bit of that childhood trauma and abandonment and being parentified, and yeah, all that. Like, I tended to make hard choices, strong, and holding on. Like I always put this as an example. I held on so hard that by the time I let go, I was so bruised. Like I'm not much of a water skier, but I did, whenever I've tried, I get up, but I just can't understand how my feet, I have a disconnect. So I end up holding on so much and I'm not doing it correctly, but I do it. And then when I fall, and then the the bar, I don't let go of it and it runs through my legs. I remember that one time. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. I was so bruised. But every time I think of my relationships and how I've held on to them until they're utter explosions, they remind me of that time I tried to water ski. So anyhow, I'm good at boarding. I've done boarding before, but still, it's just, I think it's like there's a metaphor with that, with the way that it was disconnected. So I'm working on connecting it. So thanks for being with me. Let me know if you're doing it too. If you're trying to connect to your spirit, to yourself, so that you can feel whole with loving yourself and understanding like your presence here on this planet. Hmm. Wonderful. So let's read this. Okay. So this is page 125, and it's called Years Ago. So this is apropos, I believe, for what I just was speaking about, relationships and the difficulty they have. So here it goes. Years ago, I choose you. How foolish, my desire to fix you while destroying myself. My desire to love you, which caused me to hate myself. I changed the parts of me you didn't like. I left myself behind to search for you. Ouch. It's like, yeah, let's not leave ourselves behind. Let's notice that. Yeah, yeah. And then one more, it's very small poem. It's like 2 lines. Well, 3 with the title on page 128 in this cool book here, Planting Gardens and Graves. And it says, hiding, hiding. My anger is a mask that hides my pain. So I want to just make a comment about poems like this, poem books like this. I have several that I've written before I came into any type of a structured uh, recovery, the simple program of Al-anon, AA, or then now I'm abstinent and I'm also sober. And it's helped me with clarity. It's helped me with the discipline and just to do the next right thing, to be humble, to do things that I didn't want to do, which was stuff I didn't think was cool or I didn't feel like it, like very, um, I didn't, I wasn't willing until I was willing because the pain was so bad. The pain was so much and it had accumulated over years and years. And I was like, this keeps happening and who's here? It can't be everybody. It's me. The only thing I can do is change myself because I kept thinking I would change others. And to my realization, finally, I had enough of me being the way I was. And so I used to write and draw and paint with dreams of this pain and blaming and but just trying to search like what was coming up for me. So it's a beginning of connecting to the healing process. So if you have a poem in you, write it out to start to chisel away at at uh, the difficult feelings that maybe you can't face head on just yet. But if you have the willingness to do that, then it's made such a difference in my life with all of my relationships that are important to me, that are, and I'm really grateful for that. So, anyhow, I don't know how long we've been on here. We did say that we did read, we did share, we prayed. We didn't say the Serenity Prayer though. But this is another book that I thought was kind of cool because it'll like give us a prompt. It's Bella Grace Field Guide to Everyday Magic. It's like one of these books that I had gotten as a gift. It's like very cool woo-woo book, like to journal with, to give you prompts for journaling if you have a hard time. But I mean, honestly, it's difficult to sit down, to be off of your phone and scrolling, and to sit down in some quiet behavior and write. So I'm going to invite you to do that. Like get a note card or the back of an envelope. If you don't have any paper, if you don't want to ruin that journal that you're saving, that leather bound journal that you love, that one day you're going to write that book in, or maybe just start writing in it and let's go. Let's cut it and get the pen out and go at it. Or pencil. You're a pencil person. Are you a pencil person or a pen person? I like pen. I do like pencil too, but I feel like it's not bold enough for my for my for my aspects in my chart, my astrology chart. So anyway, I just thought, well, let me open it up here and let's give ourselves a prompt to write, to open up, and it says, like to have something that just belongs to you so that you can start figuring out your unconscious and subconscious insides. Like it's like a prompt for working your steps, your step 4 at least. But in order to do step 4, you truly need to have the 1, 2, 3. Do those as well, like accept, understand, and let go, and then do the work. So into action we go. It says, one of the question prompts here is, you're driving out in the middle of nowhere with the windows down and the music blaring. What's playing? What's playing? What's on your playlist? Will you have a playlist? Or do you have a certain song that you're going to play? or a book that you're going to hear. What is playing when you're driving out in the middle of nowhere with the windows down and the music or the podcast or anything blaring? What's blaring in that instance for you? Do you want to know what comes to my mind right away? Like I would think if I didn't plan on the driving out into the middle of nowhere, I may just listen to myself. It's God. I mean, I'm just saying the quiet, the wind, the the car wheels, the sound of the road, like just having it. It's not necessarily quiet because there's all that noise. Um, and Now the other thought that came to my head, I mean, because we don't know exactly what it would be, but what comes up for you? The other one is whatever I could, if there's a regular radio, because my car, I don't really know how to use the radio because it's a little too high tech for me. Unless one of my kids is in the car with me, they know how to attach certain things to make the music go on. It's not like it used to be with you just turning on the radio. I would like to just see what was on the radio and let that go. But if I had, there were times when I would drive on the road and listen to books and let that blare. But what song is coming to my head right now is Life is a Highway. It would depend on where you're at in your head and in your life. So what song or thing would be playing for you? All right, so please, let me know, what you would be playing, blaring. All right, so let's go ahead and say the Serenity Prayer, and I'll leave you with that. I love you guys. God, grant us serenity to accept the things we can't change, to have courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. All right, very good. And yeah. I love you, and I will see you, God willing, tomorrow. All right. And I'll have some more talking tea about what's going on with my ongoing saga with things that I can't control, like my work and shit. So, all right, I'll let you know. All right, love you. Bye.